NBC 10 breaking news.
Good afternoon. I'm Tracy Davidson. We do have breaking news into the NBC 10 newsroom. Pennsylvania's highest court has overturned Bill Cosby's sex assault conviction. They did that earlier today after finding an agreement with a previous prosecutor prevented him from being charged in the case. This is just in, and we're working to get you more information. But here's what we know. Cosby served more than 2 years of a 3 to 10 year sentence at a state prison in Collegeville. He had vowed to serve all 10 years rather than acknowledge any remorse over the 2004 encounter with his accuser, Andrea Constant, you'll remember. In fact, just a month ago, we learned that he was not attending classes that he was supposed to be attending in prison, and so he was not eligible for parole because he was not following the rules. We're working to find out, with this overturned case, his conviction, we're working to find out how early he could be released from that prison in Collegeville. We do have an NBC 10 crew on the way to that prison, but right now, Pennsylvania's highest court has overturned Bill Cosby's sex assault conviction after finding an agreement with a previous prosecutor in Montgomery County. We told you that the whole time, prevented him from being charged in this case because it was an agreement that they would not move forward with that kind of a prosecution.
Whoa, so this is actually some pretty crazy news today as Bill Cosby is walking free. Okay, Bill Cosby, once known as America's dad, okay, he was locked up, put away, right? The feds got him, okay, and now he's walking free on a technicality, okay, as it looks like he didn't necessarily have a fair shot. He didn't necessarily have a fair trial. Now listen, guys, I'm gonna say up front, I have no clue whether or not Bill Cosby is guilty of the allegations against him. And I don't know, but I mean, he was found guilty in 2018, right? So I mean, I guess technically he's guilty. You know what I'm saying? But you know, hey, he is being released on procedural grounds and not merit-based grounds. So hey, take for that what you will. I guess that means he's guilty. I don't know. And look, I just want to make it clear, I'm not defending Bill Cosby at all, okay? Because technically he was found guilty, and probably more likely than not, you know, he probably did it, and obviously that's bad, okay? Obviously, those are traumatic experiences for women, and it's not something that I condone whatsoever at all, okay? The point of this video really is to talk about why he's being released and kind of my thoughts on him being released in general, right? Not about whether or not he's guilty, because I don't know. I wasn't there, okay? I can't say. But his conviction has been overturned by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. And let's read a little bit more about what's going on here. Pennsylvania Supreme Court vacated the sexual assault conviction of Bill Cosby on Wednesday and ordered his release from prison after finding that he was denied protection against self-incrimination. The court said that a prosecutor's decision not to charge Cosby, 83, opened the door for him to speak freely in a lawsuit against him, and that testimony was key in his conviction years later by another prosecutor. So, just to make the story short for you guys, there was a civil suit against Bill Cosby, and the prosecutor in that case said, listen, Bill, I'm not going to bring criminal charges against you as long as you know, just testify in this civil suit case, you Gucci, okay? So with that information, Bill decided, all right, I'll talk, right? And allegedly he made some incriminating statements, right? In that same testimony that he was told would not be used against him, was used against him by another prosecutor when they brought criminal charges against him. Now, keep in mind, guys, that civil suit was done in like 2005, okay? And he settled it for like $3 million, okay? And then basically they come back, you know, almost 10 years later, and it's like, we gonna get you with some criminal charges on this, despite the agreement that you had with the past prosecutor, right? And the Pennsylvania Supreme Court said, come on, that's not fair, right? And that's essentially a layman's version of what happened here. Cosby was convicted in 2018 of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman in 2004. and was serving a 3 to 10 year sentence. He has served 2 years of the sentence. The state Supreme Court said Cosby can't be retried on the same charges. Quote, when an unconditional charging decision is made publicly and with the intent to induce action and reliance by the defendant, which is what I was talking to you guys before, right? The intent was to, hey, listen, I'm not going to charge you, but we need you to talk, right? We need you to talk. And when the defendant does so to his detriment, which he did, right? Allegedly, he made some incriminating statements. And in some instances, upon the advice of counsel, denying the defendant the benefit of that decision is an affront to fundamental fairness, particularly when it results in criminal prosecution that was foregone for more than a decade, the high court ruled. So they said it ain't fair, right? It's not fair. After basically being told that he wouldn't be charged, and then he goes and he talks, and then they charge him anyway, right? Because a different prosecutor said, I don't care, right? For these reasons, Cosby's conviction and the judge's sentence are vacated, and he is discharged. Wow. Cosby spokesman Andrew Wyatt declined to comment on the high court ruling and said he was on the way to pick his client up from prison. It wasn't clear when exactly Cosby would be released from Sky Phoenix, where he currently housed an inmate number NN 7687. Quote, the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections is in receipt of today's court decision. A Department of Correctors representative said work is underway to complete the necessary paperwork, and Mr. Cosby will be released as soon as practical. Okay, so, apparently while in prison, Mr. Cosby, he declined to take classes, okay, that probably would have helped out his sentence. He was like, you know what? I ain't talking. I ain't saying nothing. I'm not admitting to no guilt. Okay, not admitting to no guilt whatsoever. And he said, I'm not showing any remorse either. I don't care if y'all give me 10 years. Okay. And in the background, his lawyers were still fighting. Okay. And this just goes to show, guys, that if you got money in this country, good things happen for you, whether you're black, white, no matter what color you are, right? A lot of people talk about, I thought white privilege exists, so this is black privilege. No, it's not about race privilege. That's why I keep trying to tell people. It is wealth privilege, okay? The man had the best lawyer that money can buy, and his lawyer did his job, okay? He pulled a rabbit out of the hat, and the man is walking, okay? That's just what it is. That's how stuff like this happens. Again, I don't know whether or not the man is guilty. I have no clue, right? There's some people in the black community, particularly, that swear up and down that the man is innocent, right? There's some people that think that he definitely, did what was alleged that he did, okay? There's some people that think that, like Mark Lamont Hill, whom apparently is upset that the systemically racist justice system that, he says is systemically racist against black men, decided to let a black man off this time. And he's upset about it, right? This is kind of how some of these people work, right? And I think regardless of that, Pennsylvania court said, hey, listen, we're not saying he's guilty. We're not saying he's not guilty. We're just saying that his trial was not fair, right? So that's what people have to accept right now. And it's funny to me. I find it ironic how all this stuff happened after Bill Cosby basically started coming out and preaching a conservative message to the black community, telling, people that, hey, the parents are the problem, right? You need to raise your kids right? You need the nuclear family. He started really preaching that hard. And then once he started preaching that, it seems like his life kind of fell apart. He got arrested. All this stuff started happening. Okay. So, I'm not saying that has anything to do with it. I'm just saying I just find it funny how that's a coincidence. So for all those people that say the black man never gets off, right? Or they never get the benefit of the doubt. Hey, got OJ. Now we got Bill Cosby, okay? Is R. Kelly next? Who knows, right? I don't know. But, hey, this is big news. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have your own opinion about what you think, right? Whether he's guilty or not. But let me know what you guys think about this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.